Alright boys, so one of the best coin making methods in the entire game got a major buff earlier this week. I actually have not talked about it. I posted a video going over how to do this, the best way to do it, and what's the fastest way to do it. And then like 3 days later, EA buffed the reward. The concepts on how you guys win in College OT are pretty much the same, but the rewards got so much better. We gotta talk about it. Before we hop into anything else brand new, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. As of right now, we're like 120 something subs away. So if you guys are new to the channel and you do enjoy daily CFB Ultimate Team content, I feel like you already know what to do. Drop a like on this video if you have not already, and now that we got that all out of the way, let's talk about one of the easiest and best coin making methods that should be here all year in CFB 26. The mode we're talking about, for those who don't know, is going to be over here in head-to-head, and it is going to be the overtime mode. Now, the reason why this mode is so good for making coins, you guys can see for 1 win, you get 3,000 coins. For 2 wins, which is a new change as of like last Tuesday or Wednesday, 7,000 coins per win. 3 wins, you do get a 75 plus overall B&D pack. I'm going to tell you guys right off rip, that B&D pack is risky. I have pulled champions out of it. I've also pulled 79s out of it. For the time it takes you to get to that 3rd win, you got to pull at least an 85 to make it feel like it's worth your time, because you can't do much else with B&D players. Let's say later down the line, EA changes the ability for B&D players to quick sell for more training, or you can put B&D players in sets, which, by the way, for those who don't know, you used to be able to do that. There were things called NAT cards, also known as NAT, non-auctionable or tradable, but you could still put them in sets and they quick sell it for a decent value. And then EA brought in the B&Ds, and well, that's where we currently stand today. And so for me personally, yes, opening up a pack is always fun, but it's so risky, especially now that we have 7,000 coins. Previously, we had 5,000 coins right there, and you guys know me, I'm not a big math guy. That's not really my area of expertise. This was a 66% increase from 5,000 to 7,000. Previously, when we were playing the overtime mode, I told you guys to get to 1 win, get into that 2nd game, and automatically lose. But now, since EA buffed the rewards to make it more worth your time to play the 2nd game by 4,000 coins more, the new strat is come in here and win 2 games. You're gonna want to win and make it to that 2nd game, and then you're gonna want to leave after the 2nd game going into the 3rd game. Trust me, I get it. That 79 plus overall player pack, it's definitely intriguing. It's something you might want to open up. Trust me when I tell you, the 7,000 coins can add up quick. Now, one of these College OT games can take anywhere from 2 minutes, depending if you're just that guy at the game, to about 5 to 6 minutes, depending on how many different turns you guys get to. Best time to play College OT, and the reason we are dropping this video on a Saturday afternoon is on the weekend, because we have the gauntlet and we have extra credit, and most of the better players are playing the more competitive modes. Looks like this kid is doing exactly what we're talking about right now, which actually makes today's video move a little bit faster. It also shows an example of things that just happened. Just like that, I made myself 3,000 coins by loading into a game. It took 30 seconds. Now, we're not going to use that as a time example. On average, a normal game will take you anywhere from 3 to, we'll say, maximum 7 minutes. So let's say it takes you about 8 minutes to get those 2 wins. In 8 minutes, you were making 7,000 coins. We used the breakdown of comparing it to a head-to-head regular season game, because when it comes to playing the game, that's also the most popular way to make coins. Obviously, the gauntlet is for the top tier players. If you can go 10-0 in the gauntlet, go be 10-0 in the gauntlet. The rewards are going to be better than College OT or head-to-head regs. But for the average, cut player, regs is the way that you guys are going to make your coins. Well, one regs game, and this is one of my biggest issues with this game, each quarter is 4 minutes, so that game takes at least 20 minutes per game, and you have to win 5 games to make the playoffs, and then 4 games on top of that to make a natty. And when you make it to the natty, you're not even guaranteeing yourself you're going to pull anything out of the national championship pack. And so let's say every single game you play in regs, I don't know why this College OT game is taking so long to load, but let's say you play every single game in regs. Let's say let's just say you go 9-0, but each game takes you 20 minutes, which on average is a fairly safe time to say. Whip out the calculator and we do some Moshi math. 9 times 20 is 180 minutes. Divide that by 60. That's going to give you 3 hours of gameplay minimum to win a natty. Now again, you can pull auctionable LTDs, you can pull auctionable 85s, 84s, and if you do that, like, yeah, you are going to walk away making a ton of coins, but it is more risky. And so if we take the same time and let's just say you have 3 hours to play, let's say you can go 2-0 in college overtime in 8 minutes, and in 3 hours or 180 minutes, you divide that by 8, you can technically finish that run 22.5 times. We're going to round up, obviously, because that's what we do around here. And you times that by 7, you can walk away making 157,000 coins in 3 hours, also known as more than 50k per hour. You might be sitting here asking yourself, like, dude, that's not a lot of coins. And in the grand scheme of coin making methods, that's actually a ton of coins per hour. Yes, you can play the market. Yes, you can snipe. There are other ways to make coins, but if you want to play the game, right there is the best way to do it. I don't know what is going on with actually loading me into a game. That took 3 minutes. I haven't had that issue before. But again, fellas, more than 50,000 coins an hour over the course of 3 hours. If you have 3 hours on the weekend today, I would just sweat out college OT. You go in, you play your 2 games, and I'll show you guys how I've been getting my wins. I've been using the Oregon State offense, and I'm going to keep it real. The competition in here, especially on the weekend, like I said, it's not very competing. So going in here, just having 3 money plays that you can score a touchdown, and then have 2 plays that you are very confident on to convert the 2-point conversion on. It's the way you got to do it. But again, when you compare the amount of time it takes and the guaranteed coins from college OT to winning natties, which by the way, most people are not winning their natty in 9 games. That's if you win every single game and you don't lose. But every now and then you guys are going to be in a super sweat fest that's going to take you over 35 minutes. Let's say it's like game 4 of your run and you end up losing. That's just additional time. So 3 hours I think was a fair statement of time to make. But there is a real chance that, like, fellas, this thing is going to take you well over 3 hours. When it comes to defense in the college OT mode, the way I've been doing it is I've been ripping a lot of double mug mid blitz. I'm running Tennessee volunteer defense just because it's what they gave me and they had mid blitz in it. When it comes to how I'm going to set up my mid blitz, I'm running the Texas 4-man stunt, and I'm actually running it stock besides that. I'm going to use her on the guy who is supposed to guard the running back right here. There are ways to kind of shred mid blitz, and now, you know, that is definitely something that you will notice the more competitive modes you play. But as much college OT as I have played, I'm telling you, if you can run, I mean, as the kid just scored on me, but if you can run the bare basic mid blitz, which is literally just 1 stunt, I also do sometimes press down my DBs and shade outside. If you can run that consistently, you will get more stops than they score on you. A dude scores on me, that's not the biggest deal in the world because it took his 7. I always recommend going for 2 every single time. You want to get in and out of these games as fast as you possibly can. I'm running the Oregon State playbook right now, and this is mountain mesh rail. This is how I usually run it. I'll occasionally block my running back right here. I sometimes will put RB on a streak as well. I'm going to corner him out right here because I don't have the running back running the wheel route, and it looks like he's only sending 4. So this should be here, the drag, as I overthrow it. Of course I do. That's really fun. And that's why they call me washed. But you kind of picked up the general preference right there. Unfortunately, you know, we did just lose, but, you know, we lost and we made 3,000 coins. And so it's not going to be an exact science. And sometimes, like, yeah, you will sell like that, but it's still more coins per minute than playing ranked. The fact that EA buffed the rewards, you need to spend time in this mode. Trust me, you will thank me later. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know down below in the comment section. With that said, have a great rest of your day. And this is really just a reminder to keep playing College OT, the best mode in the game when it comes to making coins.